This is my buddy, Deckard. And Deckard is an Aussie who has problems with other dogs. We have recruited a friend, or not a friend, but a dog that lives in the neighborhood across the street, Sophie. They're going to be helping us out. This is a video that the technique I'm using is called engage, disengage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reward Deckard for looking at that dog when it appears. Now, I've chosen this spot because there's and you can back up a little bit so you can see us both. So there's a car here and a car here. There's a limited field of vision. So I'm using the car right now to block him from seeing Sophie. But I'm going to move him a couple steps over, and when he looks at Sophie as she's walking, I'm going to say his marker word and give him a treat. And what we should see is after a couple repetitions, he starts looking at her and automatically looking at me, but it'll take a little bit of practice. So we're going to move a little bit closer. You can move closer just so you can see us both. All right, go ahead and start walking. You're supposed to be more interested in what's over there. Yes. So this is a shaping exercise. Yes, a little bit of a shaping exercise to begin with as well. A little closer. Yes. Oh, there's two over there. There's two dogs over there. How can you not look at them? Yes. So I want to be positioned so when she looks, she's got to turn away from the dog to get the treat. Yeah, that was a fake. Sit? Yes. Now I like to use the sit as an indicator of how comfortable she is. If she won't sit or she's staring at that dog, that might be an indication it's too close. So I'm going to move a little bit closer because we'd like to get a little bit of a better response. And I don't want her to react. All right, let's go this way. It's easier for me with the sun. Sit. Sit. Now I can also, since she's not cooperating as much as I'd like, I can do something called counter conditioning. Counter conditioning is just me delivering treats while she's looking at Sophie and just creating a positive association. See those ears went back? See, ears are out now. There you go. All right, so let's see if I can get her to look. Get you to look. Yeah, sorry. Can you walk a little bit past the driveway this time? Yes. See the panting? This is difficult for her. She's sniffing. We like the sniffing. Sit. I like you looking in this direction. So you have to keep on resetting so she's looking there. You cough. You cough, Kim? Yes. This is a lot of me not talking. Yes. So what I want her to learn is that, looking at the other dog, and that's an indication feel pretty comfortable in laying down. So I'm going to kind of reposition myself a little bit because I want him looking in that direction. Can you cough again for me? Yes. So first what we're doing is when he looks at the other dog, I say yes, and then I give him a treat. At this distance. After a while, yes. He's going to look, and then he's going to turn and come towards me. Kim, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I'm going to have you take 12 steps back right there, go in the middle of the yard, keep filming. We have a dog coming by. So you can go with him. Go over there. Just back. There he goes. This one's going to be a lot closer, so I'm going to get ready with a little bit of a reactive pace. Yes. Yes. So normally at that distance, is that reactive to a dog that big?
Yeah.
There you go. Ben, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So let's keep filming. So basically what we're doing, are we still filming?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're doing is basically, you don't have to look at that. You don't have to touch that dog. That dog can't smell your butt. Maybe he doesn't want the dog to sniff because he thinks he's insecure and he doesn't want that dog to know. So what we want to do is just, now I look at a dog, I get a treat, and by the time I look back, the dog is further away. Now, here's the kick. He can't react. If he reacts, that means we got too close. That's our fault. A lot of times we get greedy. We practice till failure. I keep on getting closer, and then he freaks out. Then the last rep is the most important. So what we want is stuff like that, where he sees him, good things happen, and nothing bad happens. Now, it's also different. The dog that we were using over there is pretty chill. This dog was pretty chill. You get a dog that's bouncing around the walls like an Aussie, you might have to move further away. So you have to get to know your dog and what energy characteristics the other dog is displaying, and then you manage the situation. Now we're just in downtown, we're not downtown, but we're in Santa Monica in a neighborhood. This is not the best place to do it. I love going to Clover Park, I was telling you about, so I can actually, there are people walking on that path. There's a huge soccer field in the middle of it. So there's a dog going crazy, barking like squirrels. I walk him 20 paces further away from the path. There's a dog walking really chill. I walk him closer to the path. And he's gonna have good days and bad days. So it's not always gonna, don't think of it's linear progress. But the goal is to have him practice going to the park, and he didn't bark one time. And again, what are we looking for him? See, his mouth is open? So that's a body mechanic. His ears look good. Let's look at your ears. See how those ears are off to the side? If you see his ears go back, he closes his mouth, he gets stiff, he lowers his head with a stare, he stares with unblinking eyes. Those are, I would say, your tail, but Aussie. But those are all classic indicators I'm uncomfortable. He's telling the other dog, you're making me uncomfortable, go away. And if the other dog does go away, or we manage it for him, then he doesn't have to take it to the next level. So if you see him going from an open mouth to a closed, like, hey, see the mouth closed? So ears go back. So if after a while you start reading your dog, and when you're going there, if you go at the same time at that park, you'll see kind of the same dogs, but you can have your friends meet you there as well. I love to do that with the earbuds. So I can control the person. All right, step behind, go behind the shrub. Yes, you're gonna try to go in there. But he's more interested in the treats than he is the fear of this. So you can use your kibble, but if the kibble doesn't work, don't be afraid to step up to a higher level of treat, because this is more important that he has the positive association. If they won't take the treat, then it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Gradually, so let's say that we get to the point where we can get to, with one dog, we can get to 15 feet, he's comfortable. Next time we come back, maybe we start at 14 feet, 13 feet, gradually get closer. We don't have to have them right next to each other. He doesn't have to move dogs. A lot of people don't realize that only about 10% of adult dogs like to play with other dogs. Most dogs really don't like to do that. They don't have to do that. But we want them to be indifferent, or neutral, positive, or neutral. And so if he looks at another dog, or he looks at the Amazon guy, yes. And you see he's snapping the head around because that yes means something good. The Amazon guy appreciates it because he doesn't want to get bit. And so, but a lot of times when our dog like looks at another dog and doesn't growl, we're like, oh, he's getting better. Reward him. He's doing what we want. That's the celebrate game. So operant conditioning. So when he does the things you want, yes, and give him that reward. And then after a while, like I said, for the engage, disengage, the first step is to look at it. And then we say, yes, that causes him to turn away. But after you do enough, he'll look at it and look away automatically, anticipating that treat. Then you change your marker. At first I'm saying marker for looking here. Eventually I change my marker. I say my marker when I look here at the human, I'm looking away from the dog. That's why we call it engage, disengage. And let's say we're at 12 feet. Then I would go, come on buddy, to 11 feet and practice the same thing. 10 feet, his body gets stiff. He closes his mouth. He's indicating that he's getting close to the end, so we move a little further away. Sit. All right, let's walk by one more time and have the person walk by. He gets a treat, then you have that person leave. He doesn't, everything about it is a positive interaction. So every once in a while, you might want to get a little closer and do what I call practicing towards failure, just to see how close he is. But once he reacts, make sure you have plenty of time afterwards. Take him around a shrub or whatever, let him chill out, then try to practice again. But that park is nice because you have so much open space. Right now, we don't have a lot of open space. We're really confined. And this is if you walk in this neighborhood, like that happens. You know, you're walking here, there's another car here. Where do I go? There's nowhere to go. So if you can kind of find a place where you can do that in a big park, and especially if you invite the people over there, or just meet the people when you're there. Hey, can you mind helping us? We just want to have our dog practice watching you guys walk by. But for them, there's just so many dogs that are walking, you probably just do that on your own. So anytime you can find a park that has a nice path that people run or walk their dogs in, that has green space on either side, you can use this. All right, this is my buddy Deckard. Sit. You gotta show everybody how handsome you are. This is Deckard, and these are some tips you can use if you have a dog who's reactive to other dogs on walks.